There's no other podcasting gear in existence that sets me off quite like the Blue Yeti. No, it's not because it sounds bad, because it doesn't sound bad at all. It's because it's the most misused microphone on the entire internet. Don't believe me? Check out some of these doozies. This guy's got it all covered. He's got a headset mic on in order to pick up all the audio he's missing from having a side address microphone like the Blue Yeti oriented like it's an end address microphone. Here's another one with the microphone farther away than a SpaceX satellite. Maybe we'll just start putting Blue Yetis into orbit and people can talk to them from there. But nothing could prepare me for this one. This is a professional voiceover artist who is talking into the end of a side address microphone. He claims to have worked with major brands. I find that hard to believe if he can't even set up a microphone correctly. I even found a channel with over 10,000 subscribers where the presenter was talking into the back of the microphone. 10,000 subscribers. Content truly is king. However, in this video, I am going to show you a couple alternatives, and I'm going to talk about several other alternatives that you could use in place of the Blue Yeti. Only reason I despise this microphone is simply because of what I've shown you. People do not know how to use the microphone. Most people don't anyway. And we've gone so many years that the education process has failed. So therefore, we should consider some alternatives just so we can all keep our sanity. But if you're just dead set on using this microphone, or you're dead set on suggesting this microphone, please make sure you tell the individual that you recommend it to talk into the front of the microphone that has the blue logo on it and the mute button and headphone volume knob. And if you try talking into it from the back of the microphone, these are the results you're going to get. Step 2 would be getting within proximity of the microphone. So it would be pinky to thumb. If you can get it up off the desk onto a boom arm, that would be preferable. But if you can't, just get it in proximity to your mouth. Hey bro, that was such a great podcast we just did. I think our audio was spot on, bro. So bringing it in close is step 2. Step 3. On the back, it has a selector knob. You want to go to the heart-shaped cardioid polar pattern. That's going to be the best for spoken word podcasting. When you start fiddling with those dials and you're click-clacking away and you got it on figure 8, it just sounds terrible. So those would be 3 tips that I would give you that if you just have to use the microphone, please at least do those things. Or at least if you recommend it to someone, tell them those things. But this is the Blue Yeti, and here's how it sounds. But now I'm going to switch over to an alternative that I recommend to people because it's simple to use. I'm back with an alternative to the Blue Yeti, which is USB C and XLR as well. This is the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X. I've recommended this series of microphones for years, and it's because, like I said, this is both XLR and USB. Plus, with this updated version, the 2100X now has a USB-C connector on the back. The older model has a USB micro, I believe it's called. I'll put it up on the screen if I'm incorrect on that. But it has an older model of USB connector on it, and it has given people trouble in the past. How do you like the sound in comparison to the Blue Yeti microphone? At the time of this recording, this ATR 2100X retails for $79. However, it was on sale when I purchased it for $29. On the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X, you have a little switch here that functions like a mute button. So when the switch is engaged, you do get that audible sound, it appears. The microphone also has a headphone port on the bottom of it, just like the Blue Yeti does. Since it's a handheld style microphone, it's easy to orient for people who are new to spoken word podcasting. Everybody's seen somebody holding a microphone of this type, so they know which end to talk into. But that is the ATR 2100X, and here's how it sounds. Chime in the comments down below if you think it sounds comparable to the Blue Yeti, or is the Blue Yeti, because it's a condenser microphone, just miles ahead in the sound quality and the price difference not that big a deal to you. Now I'm back on the Blue Yeti, and here's how it sounds in comparison to the Audio-Technica ATR 2100X. I do think because it is a condenser microphone, you get a rich, full sound, but is it that much of a difference from the $79 ATR 2100X versus the Blue Yeti at its price point? Chime in the comments down below. But this is the Blue Yeti microphone. Now I'm going to switch to another alternative. Now this is the Rode NT USB Mini, and here's how it sounds in comparison to the Blue Yeti. How do you like the sound of the Rode NT USB Mini in comparison to the Blue Yeti? One of the reasons I truly love this microphone from Rode is not only does it have the headphone jack on there, it has the headphone dial on the front of the microphone as well, so you can dial in how loud or how soft you want to hear your voice back. This microphone does not have a mute feature unless you use the software. You can use the Unify software or the Rode Connect software, and then if you press the headphone dial in, it will mute the microphone if you're using the software. If you're not using it, then you're out of luck when it comes to muting. But that's why I would use this USB microphone over something like the Blue Yeti or the ATR 2100X, is because of the feature-rich software that you can use it with. Also, I can plug the NT USB Mini into my Rodecaster Duo or my Rodecaster Pro 2, and I can extend the amount of microphones I have on the device by using this via the USB 2 port. But the software is what makes this microphone a great option and a great alternative to the Blue Yeti. So how do you think the Rode NT USB Mini sounds in comparison to the Blue Yeti? Please chime in the comments down below. And once again, to clarify, it's not that the Yeti has bad audio. It is just simply a misused microphone, and there are more updated choices now more than ever before that we could use. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention some other microphones. One in particular that I've used that I really liked was the Samson Q9U. It's both XLR and USB. Those microphones grow with you, and also are highly portable. Sennheiser's Profile would be another microphone that I would be remiss if I didn't mention. I've heard a lot of good things about it. I've never used it before, but I have heard a lot of good things about that microphone. Zoom has the Zoom ZUM2. I've heard great things about that microphone. I've not personally used it, but I do like the Zoom ZDM1, their dynamic XLR microphone. So I would assume that their USB microphone has pretty good sound quality as well. And I'm sure there's plenty of other ones that are great options as well. You can chime in with those in the comments down below. In closing, the Blue Yeti, can it work just fine for podcasting? Of course it can. Given the tips I gave earlier, please subscribe to the channel and check out my monthly newsletter. Free podcast tools, gear newsletter comes out each and every month. Just hit the link in the description below and give me your thoughts on the sound comparisons between the Blue Yeti, the ATR 2100X, and the Rode NT USB Mini, as well as the feature set and price points. When you take all those into consideration, which one would you choose? As always, thank you.